ultimate fanfare. It's ultimate fanfare.
What's going on, world? Welcome to this episode of the PlayAction Podcast. We got Brandon here and we got my dog Colin. What's going on, bro?
Man, it's a great day. It's always a great day for me, though. I swear to God. I think I'm, when you just wake up, you just feel good. I'm just one of those people that just feel good every freaking day, no matter what. And you know what I really feel good about? I hope the stat is right. I don't know if it is, but I think it is. So we're going to go to the Masters. Okay? The green jacket winner, Rory McIlroy, again, back-to-back, by the way. I think he's the fourth person to do that. He's won 2 Masters since the Jets have last recorded an interception. I think that's hilarious. I think that's pathetic. But at least right now, the Jets need to see the green jacket that Rory's wearing means winning. And the Jets have not met winning in a long time, and maybe they will this year. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's an accurate stat. You know, they traded away Sauce Gardner last year, so that was their only defensive threat they had in the secondary that would get a legit interception, a couple of interceptions. But if they threw it to him, you know, it was getting to a point where he was like, yeah, we're not even going to, test him too often. And that's, hey, yeah, the Jets, they always been the laughing stock of the NFL. Right there with the Browns. You know what I'm saying? But, hopefully, we'll sneak it in there. Hopefully, my boy turn that around. But, yes, McIlroy, come on, hey, shout out to you, bro. 2 back-to-back at the Greens, what I'm saying, the Masters. It's right up the street from me in Augusta. It's right up there, up the street in in Georgia. Yeah. So, hey, shout out, Roy did his thing again this year, and shout out the Jets for being everything I think you to be, the Jets.
Oh man, yeah. Shout out Roy, nice work, Jets. We're gonna see. You know what we're also gonna see in the boxing, Tyson Fury back in the win column, back to boxing with a win over Makhmudov. It wasn't like, he didn't have a huge signature moment where I'm going to knock this guy out in the first round, which would have been nice, but it shows Tyson Fury's back. He doesn't have a lot of ring rust. He was moving around pretty well. Still a really, really big guy. He looked like he had a couple extra pounds on him. But I think it's good for boxing. I think it's good for boxing that he's back. I'm trying to figure out, though, why did he come back? Obviously, it's for money, okay? And because he's already been, he's one of the greatest heavyweights ever lived. So I think he's coming back for money. Who does he come back to fight for what kind of money?
I mean, right now, I think, it's not really, I don't think it's public right now because these Netflix deals they're giving are kind of lucrative. You know what I'm saying? Because, our boy Jake Paul, they kind of set the bar with these deals, so it's the certain situation where that's the shit. I don't know. It's a good situation for you for him. So it could be with boxing. I don't know who Tyson fights right now because it's kind of a crazy situation in that heavyweight division. Because
they got a couple dogs. Yeah, they got a couple dogs, and he called out Anthony Joshua. I think that's a good fight to make. I don't think it's a great fight. I think he dominates Joshua rather easily, just with his length, his mobility. He's got good power. He can negate Joshua's power. I think Anthony Joshua is a great fighter, but he's not a very creative fighter. So I think Tyson Fury, has the advantage on him. I'm trying to figure out who's going to fight for the money. Who does the public want to see? And I think you said it. I think Jake Paul, Tyson Fury. Now, if Jake Paul is up for that fight because he kind of got demolished by Anthony Joshua. But if people want to see him fight again, see him get his face broken again, Tyson would be more than happy to oblige. But I think because Joshua beat Jake Paul rather easily, in fact, I think he beat him in 5 rounds, too long. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, make a bunch of money. 2 Brits, the king wants to see this fight. He's gonna see it. The world will see it. And then, who is Tyson going to fight? And I don't think we're going to know that for a while. We're not going to know that for a while because he literally holds all the cards. He's the Gypsy King.
Yeah.
And I hope we get to see him in the future. But you know who I don't want to see anymore? I'm tired of seeing. Switching sports. Sorry about that because I'm all over the place right now. The NBA. Okay, Doc Rivers has been out as the Bucks head coach after 3 seasons. I think Doc Rivers is a good coach. But people calling him a great coach after coaching KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rajon Rondo to a championship, I don't think that makes a great coach. Okay, now if you won back-to-back, or if you won when you went from the Bucks to the Clippers, you won with the Clippers, they thought you were going to win one there, but you didn't win one there. Now they sent you to the Bucks, and the Bucks are lottery pick type teams right now. I don't know what we're looking at with Doc Rivers, but some team's going to give him a chance. Someone's going to take a swing and a miss and pick this guy up there. I don't think he's a bad coach, but I just don't see him as that championship coach that people put him at.
Yeah, like he definitely needs elite talent on the team that he's coaching, but he needs that elite talent to stay healthy. Because unfortunately, he got hit with a couple injury bugs in the teams that he's coaching, and for some odd reason, they can't seem to stay healthy. And I got personal ties to Doc Rivers. Shout out Doc. He family ties, so I can't really say too much about Doc. I'm kind of tired. But I wish him the well. Wish him the best. Unfortunate situation. Giannis been out for a good little minute. This season for, but it's a situation. What it is right now. And at the end of the season, we gonna see where he falls out next year. He can always bounce back real quick.
He could. But this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at the Celtics. This is supposed to be a gap year for the Celtics. Tatum's out. You traded Porzingis. You lost Al Horford. Right? You lost some other key pieces. They're the second seed in the East.
Yeah.
They're a few wins away from 60 wins. That, to me, that's a yeoman's job as a coach. Joe Mazzulla should be getting coach of the year. Well, no, let me take that back. He is definitely up there. The Boston Celtics have performed, and the Pistons have performed, and the Spurs have performed. We'll talk about the Pistons Spurs a little bit, but there's ways to win when you have rough times. And I don't feel Doc Rivers is that kind of coach to sit there and take, okay, through tough times, I can weather the storm and show you how great of a coach that I am. I think he's a good coach. I just don't think he's that transcendent coach that people in touting him as for years. We were talking about the Pistons. Pistons went from 44 wins last year to 60 wins this year. Are you buying the hype that the Pistons, they're the number one seed in the East, but are you buying the hype that they are deserving of the number one seed to go into the playoffs as the best team to represent the East?
Oh yeah, most definitely. They play hard-nosed basketball, and I'm with the Pistons. Hey, this is one of them times right now where, like, you didn't really expect it. You didn't expect the Pistons to be the number one that come out the East, but right now, but hey, they deserve it. They got the record. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do in the playoffs. Like you just said, Boston having championship pedigree. I'm curious to see what Jaylen Brown gonna do in the playoffs. So Detroit don't really have no real. No disrespect to Pistons. Don't really have like the star names, the marquee names out there. Star power. But this is just my personal opinion. I see. But hey. Okay, all right. This is just me. It's just me. My personal opinion. But if we go as far as team basketball and good defense, the Pistons got it. Which that's what they always been known for to me. I know when they were good, they played good team defense and they played good solid basketball.
True that, 100%. I'm looking all over the place. I'm like, you don't have a key player. Cade Cunningham he's outstanding. And if he wasn't in Detroit, if he was in LA, he was in New York, he was in Chicago, he would be in the MVP conversation for sure. He's in it right now, but he would be maybe the number one guy. He's doing things with a team that is okay, but they're not great offensively. Okay, he's scoring, he's defending, he's rebounding. He's everything you wanted a point guard to be. He's got the 6'6", 200 and some odd pounds. He can shoot, he can pass, he can defend, he can block shots, he can do everything you need a point guard to do. and yet stay locked in. To me, he's like what LaMelo Ball could be if LaMelo Ball said, you know, screw it, I'm going to play defense and lock in. No joke, seriously. LaMelo Ball can be the same guy. You know, but he's not. It's Cade Cunningham. And you take a team that won 44 games to 60. Now, because, it's only 16 games. It's not just 16 victories, right? It's 16 less losses. Okay? Which brings you to a tie. And then 16 more victories on top of that is what it is. Okay, 16 less losses and 16 more victories. There's something that's going on there in Detroit that I don't think people can really just say, you know what? It's because of this, it's because of that. It's a series. It's great coaching. Like you said, it's not just Cade Cunningham, Jalen Durant. I mean, they from the roster from top to bottom, everyone's got a role, and they're playing the role beautifully. It looks like you're about to say something.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the playoffs, that's where like the players make their name. And that's how, like, you know, we know who Shea is because he won a championship. Like,
exactly right. Yes.
He had a good, you know, he was having good seasons, but like we know who he is now, and he has commercials and stuff now. So it's like the playoffs is where you make your money. The playoffs is where you make your reputation. And if you're gonna step up, you're gonna step up. If they not, you know. Yeah, I feel like, you know, Detroit, they deserve to be the number one. They got the record, and we gonna see what they do. I mean, I'm curious to see how this gonna shake out.
You know, I am too. And with the East, it seems like they are the heavy favorite in the East just because they've really, when it comes to just their pace and their physicality, they've kind of been like a one-person show. Now, Boston with Tatum back, I think they're going to compete very heavily with them. But now we're going to go to the West Coast.
Yeah.
OKC, they won the West. Not surprising. You know, they were the best team coming in, still pretty healthy outside of J-Dub. What surprised me, though, is the San Antonio Spurs. 44 win for the Pistons. 34 win for the Spurs to 62 wins this year. 34 to 62 wins. That is 28-game stretch. That's insane. And what did they add in this offseason? I mean, yeah, okay. But Wemby made a jump that it's hard to even quantify how good he's become from one year to the next. And I'm not going to sit there and say it's all the monks, it's all this, all that. No, he made a conscious effort to become better than what he was. And this team is reaping all the benefits, defensively, offensively, on all metrics. Victor Wembanyama has been affecting the San Antonio Spurs, and the fact that you had that kind of jump, that's terrifying. I'm not saying they'll win a championship this year, but you got to watch out for a team with that type of aggression, that type of leap. They are super, super confident. And when you have a confident team is a very, very dangerous team.
You know, any team that had Popovich, elite coaching for that long,
yes, sir.
I didn't really expect them, you know what I'm saying, to have, you know, a repeat 30, you know what I'm saying, 34, you know, win season. We knew they was going to, you know, take a next step, you know what I'm saying, get better. But this step, they almost doubled their production, you know what I'm saying, their wins last year, almost. This is crazy. So, shout out my boy Wemby. You know, that was a awesome off-season last year. He really showed the boys how to lock in. You know, he went on that anime trip, you know what I'm saying, side quest summer with the monks. Then he went to hang out and learn from King Olajuwon. And then he went and hung out and learned some crazy stuff from KG, some OG game in the NBA. So, hey, bro, he's showing the this younger generation, you lock in, you do the right thing in the off season, you can make it happen. And you can see he's just scratching the surface because, like, you see, he is changing everything that, like, certain things that we thought that was just basketball law, like going underneath the basket and reverse layup on the other side to, you know, you could use the basket to shield. That's not safe anymore. You know, that's Wemby can do, you know, block that. And it's just, he's going to start learning even more things moving forward, especially and especially I'm hoping and praying because with our advancements in medical science that he's helping to preserve his body because you all know those tall dudes, their feet usually mess up real quick because the rigors of the game, stop and go. So hopefully he's taking care of himself and he's gonna have a long career. But seeing this jump, it's looking real frightening for the NBA moving forward.
Very frightening. And now that the supporting cast, Stephon Castle, he's no joke. Dylan Harper, no joke. These are both two young ascending players that very well could lead their own teams in given time.
Also, yes, that's one thing. I think, for one, that side quest summer he did last year showed those players, showed his teammates, hey, bro, I'm locking in. Because it was certain times the previous 2 seasons, like his rookie season and last season, it was, he's been, this is his 3rd year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought, it was certain times that you're looking at his teammates like, bro, why are you not passing the Wemby? Why are you not giving him the ball? And it's like, bro, what is going on? And we was getting frustrated, like, bro, they trying, bro, like they get like he's cutting to the basket and he's 7'8", you know what I'm saying? 7'14", you know what I'm saying? Give him the ball. So it's like, I think, like I said, that side quest summer that he did last year really showed his teammates that, hey, bro, I'm locked in, I'm ready to go. Let's get this done, and I'm serious about this. And they looking like they actually like working as a team together now.
They are, and I say this much: both Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper, they look like they are jump shots away from having their own squads.
Yeah,
they're jump shots away from having their own squads, and I don't mean that as a slight. I mean that as the support they're giving Victor Wembanyama is outstanding. It's outstanding. The effort, the defensive tenacity, the offensive brilliance. I mean, they're looking to constantly pass the ball. It's everything is there, helping out Victor Wembanyama. But don't forget, Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper. Y'all are dogs on your own. I mean, I'm straight up. I think both of them are small, offensive tweaks away from being able to carry their own teams. The Spurs have been fantastic when it comes to drafting. Fantastic. I mean, I can't think of the last time they missed on a draft prospect. So, I don't know. We're gonna see. You know what else we're gonna see?
What was that?
East playing Sixers, Magic, Hornets, Heat. In the West, we've got the Suns, Blazers. The Blazers. I know. I had to read that again. The Blazers are in the play-in tournament. By the way, the Clippers and the Warriors at 10th place. The Warriors at 10th place. So go and start the West first. Do the Clippers or the Warriors, because they're 9 and 10, do they have a chance against the Thunder? Because the Thunder's going to play somebody. So they're going to play 9 or 10, whoever comes in the play-in tournament out of them. So when it comes to Clippers and Warriors, it all depends on health. Is Kawhi healthy? Do the Clippers have enough health? Is Steph healthy, right? If either of those guys are healthy, that's gonna decide a factor. But anyway, do either of the Clippers or Warriors have an even chance against the Oklahoma City Thunder?
I mean, with Steph, it's always a shooter's chance. They might get a game or two, right. But I don't think overall. No, the Thunder they're too well equipped. They're looking like maybe my dream matchup, unfortunately, would be the Thunder and the Celtics. I think that might be a excellent NBA Finals, just because of the athleticism and the height and the scoring ability, and then just good overall team defense. Like the Thunder play overall just great team defense. So I feel like. Yeah, Steph always has a shooter's chance, and Kawhi can only do but so much, and Kawhi has never hasn't proven us to be healthy consistently for the last 5 to 6 years.
Yeah, so, no doubt. I agree. I would say this: if Kawhi's healthy, I take Kawhi Leonard over anybody.
Yeah.
A healthy Kawhi, what he can do, what we've seen him do offensively, defensively. Offensively, he can take over a game. Defensively, he's even scarier when he's locked in. Defensively, he's taking over a game. He's going to shut down your best player, and you're going to be stuck, and he's going to score points if he's healthy. So that's I take Clippers if Kawhi's healthy over anybody, including the Thunder, because J-Dub may not be full health. Jalen Williams, the real Jalen Williams, if he's healthy, then I think the Thunder, but I can't trust his health right now. I feel like Jalen Williams' health is like Zdrunas Ilgauskas early in his career. We don't know what we're getting. Until he shows that he can show up for, every single day, then I'll trust him. But right now, if you got a healthy Kawhi, I take the Clippers. If he's not, I'll take the Thunder. So heading out to the East, this is crazy, by the way. So 9 and 10 are the Charlotte Hornets, who I don't think even know what playoff. I don't think you can spell playoffs. The Miami Heat, who surprisingly are sitting at 10. Do either of them have a chance against the Detroit Pistons? Because it's going to be in the play-in tournament. The winner between the Hornets and the Heat will play against the Pistons.
Hey, I think it'd be an interesting matchup. You know, my boy LaMelo. LaMelo, you see that crazy stuff he just did recently with passing up the wide open layup for the three, and boy, he had basketball loyalists, basketball purists, 38 hot, as the Florida dudes would say. They had them guys upset. They was like, "Do not do this. Your high school coach will be so upset with you. He will be subbing you out the game ASAP." And it's like, oh man.
Watch his high school tape. No, he wouldn't.
I know. He's been doing this for a long time, and it's the funny. Yeah, I know, and that's the rip on him because they like he plays too much like the Harlem Globetrotters. He doesn't take the game serious, but it's like he out there having fun. He having a good time, and it's like, yeah, you might not like it, but if it go in, it go in. Like,
right.
Nobody's getting mad at Steph when Steph not going for the rebound. He turns away and runs the other way. He turns around and runs the other way. And it's like, bro, yeah, I know you got trust in your shot, but gosh, darn it. But like, even with that layup, it's like, he can have the argument. It was like, hey, bro, I've seen LeBron James chase down guys on layups all the time. I just I want to do the better shot. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, come on, bro. But it's on par for him. So it's just like, it's crazy. It's a crazy situation. So yeah. I want to see LaMelo in the playoffs. That's just my personal opinion. I want to see LaMelo in there, just showtime. See some crazy antics in the playoffs. I'm with that.
I would love to see that too because he's a prototype. He's a 6'5", 6'6" point guard. Can shoot, can dribble, can pass. Now, he's got court vision that's rare. He's got rare court vision, And so, just being that guy, I just want him to lock in defensively. If he can lock in defensively, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Famer with or without a championship.
But that's what I'm saying. We've never seen playoff version of him.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited for. I'm excited for him to be in the playoffs to see what version we get. Now, if you got defensive chops, you got defensive chops. If you don't, you don't. You can learn them. It's a learned thing, but is he putting the time in to learn? That's what I don't want to say I don't believe he's ever going to do it. It's just hard for me to sit there and see because he hasn't done anything in his game that says he's trying to develop his game. So, I mean...
I'm curious. I just want to see because, like, just like with playoff version LeBron, we know playoff LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Right. He locks in, so we know it's a different level that certain players can take their game to. And we've never seen LaMelo had the opportunity to like lock in. Like, it's like, all right, bro, you can kind of stop the play it around stuff right now. Go get the basket, but like. If he's only, I mean, unfortunately, he's playing in Charlotte, so like nobody's really paid attention to Charlotte his whole career. So like he's really never had to play meaningful basketball. So of course he's out here just acting a fool. He was like, I'm a millionaire, but I get to play basketball. Of course I'm gonna have fun. And it's like I kind of get him, but it's like, and especially if he don't have like but this year he has like a decent team, but in previous years he didn't have a good team around him. So I'm just happy. I'm just curious to see Showtime basketball. That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. I know I've been rambling.
He is Showtime basketball though. He is absolutely, and him and Brandon Miller, I think, are going to put on a show. Are they going to win? That's we'll see about that. But I think they're going to put on a show. I'm going to be watching their games. I am going to be watching their games because I know LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller are going to put on a show every single night they're playing. If they get swept, it'll be 4 straight shows.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen, though. I don't think that's going to happen. However, I'm going to ask you, who do you think are going to be the top 4 Final Four teams? I mean, your top 4 are Thunder, Lakers, Nuggets, Spurs in the West. In the East, you got Pistons, Cavs, Knicks, and Celtics. But those are the top 4. They very well could be upset. I mean, the Rockets could upset the Lakers, depending on health, right? If Luka's not playing, Reeves not playing, yeah, absolutely. KD and Menton, they can absolutely destroy the Lakers. Nuggets and Timberwolves. Yeah, Nuggets number 3. Is everyone healthy? Is Jokic healthy? Is Jamal Murray healthy? Is Aaron Gordon healthy? Right? Timberwolves. Ant Edwards ain't effing playing around. Okay, he is not playing around. He's in my top 5 best players in the league right now, and this playoff run, and he ain't got to win a chip, by the way, could vault him into the top 3.
See, and that is an excellent person that we can just talk about that new metric that we just talked about off camera. We can measure players on their greatness. This is going to give opportunity for Anthony Edwards late game if he's going to hit these free throws late game. Because, Anthony Edwards has that goofiness about him, big kid, saying have a good time. I love that about Anthony Edwards. Nobody's, clowning him about that. But, late game, free throws at the line, he's going to have to learn how, knock them down. That's that everybody, shout out my boy Kobe, that Mamba mentality.
Yep.
Jordan, that Jordan mentality, So we going to see in the playoffs. I'm curious to see what Anthony Edwards is going to do. But to answer your question, I feel like it might be my Final 4 would be, of course, I'm going with my boy LeBron, Lakers, Thunder, and then we're going with Detroit, Boston. That's my Final 4.
Wow. Okay.
I know you're a Knicks fan, so you might be a little upset about that, but
I'm not at all. So you went Lakers, Thunder, and who? Pistons and who? Cavaliers.
Pistons. Yeah, no. Pistons, Celtics.
Pistons, Celtics. Okay. I don't disagree. I think it's yeah, I disagree. I think it's me Thunder, Timberwolves.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go Pistons, Knicks. That's what I'm going with.
Okay.
I feel I'm calling. Hey, we both got our picks out there. They're out there in airspace. We can't take them back. We're gonna see. We're gonna get called out probably. I'm sure I'm gonna get called out. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. And but I just want to say my last thing here. Next week, we're gonna discuss the final. Who's gonna be in the finals? Who we think are gonna be in the finals? Because the playoffs don't start for 2 weeks. But who's gonna be in the finals? And also final draft grades because the draft is gonna be in 2 weeks. Not the finals not the playoffs in 2 weeks. Playoffs in a week.
Yeah.
But the draft is in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll discuss, who's going to be in the finals, and then also who's going to be, your final draft grades. Who do you think should be at the front? I mean, obviously, besides Fernando Mendoza, we know that. But I've seen R.L. Reese going number 2. I've seen Sonny Styles going number 2. I've seen even Kristoff's mentor Delane going number 2. And after that, some people talking about Ty Simpson moving up the board. Who knows? But we're going to talk about that next week for sure. And obviously, I got to talk about Giants at number 5. I don't know. It changes every single hour who I want the Giants to take at number 5. But right now, hey, I'm happy. We're picking somebody. It looks like we're going to get a phenomenal player. And anyway, man, I'm done.
Oh, you good, bro? You good, bro? All right, well, I appreciate everybody tapping in this week. Looking forward to next week's show. We got to break it down with the finals and the upcoming draft. So I'm looking forward to next week, and I appreciate everybody tapping in. We're going to keep everything consistent. So appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all. See y'all again next week. Peace.
Welcome to the show where the game comes alive. Breaking down the plays, we keep the spirit high. From the field to the mic with passion and flair. It's the PlayAction Podcast, your ultimate fanfare.
It's all some more fanfare.